Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Prediction Show from Eagle Pass Sports Central. My name is Ruben Valadez, along with my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr. We're coming to you live today from Brown Chevrolet Buick GMC of Eagle Pass. We've got, as usual, the coaches from both teams, along with some special guests today. But let's bring in, before anything else, our host today, Alan Ortiz here from Brown Chevrolet. Alan, thank you, as always, for your hospitality.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to give me the mic with it turned off like
No,
that.
most certainly not.
Guys, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Again, reiterate, and I'll do it over and over and again. Y'all are the rock that these kids were going to build their foundation on and take with them as they go out into this world. Just remember, I know for a fact from talking to all of y'all all started here in Eagle Pass, and I see y'all as a great bunch of guys. I see that the enthusiasm that you carry forward, and I know you're passing that on to these kids and encouraging them that, hey, you know what? If we do it right, everything's going to work out the way you want it to. And I appreciate everything you do for Brown Chevrolet as far as getting out there and promoting us, and Mr. Lipson and Ruben over here for putting the show on here, and y'all are welcome back anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ortiz. Come on down and visit them here at Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass. They've got an amazing inventory here, and as always, we want to thank them for sponsoring not only the prediction shows, but the broadcasts that we're able to bring you live football every week. We do have a special guest with us today, and I'm going to let AD Eric Villaseñor introduce her.
AD stands for Athletic Director?
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Well, good afternoon to our community and to our viewers this afternoon. I want to thank Alan Ortiz for hosting us. It's always great to come over and enjoy lunch and obviously promote our programs. This week, we're going to promote Wynn High School Volleyball, and we have a special guest, our Wynn Volleyball head coach, Coach Erica Rodriguez. She's been in the education profession / coaching profession for 17 years, and this is her second year at the helm of our program. So welcome, Coach. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. Appreciate it.
Well, Erica, welcome to the show. And unbeknownst to many people, I know you since you were almost in diapers. And you and your mom and your dad and the family from the good old days at Chittum Field. So welcome to our prediction show today. You've got a challenge here with the volleyball at Wynn. So tell us a little bit about this season, your team, your girls.
Well, let me talk to you about our program right now. We are concentrating on our culture. We have a positive culture. We want our Wynn volleyball to be more than just volleyball. It's about family. It's about our community. And we are going to host our first annual, our first Little Spikers League, where our athletes are going to coach the feeder schools that come into Memorial and CC Wynn. So I'm excited for that. The girls are excited for that. They're actually going to be able to coach and teach them technical skills and all these fundamentals that we need for volleyball. So.
You know, for all of the young ladies out there that are young, and I guess you remember when you also were a little girl, that one of the things that's important is you look for role models. You look at the volleyball players in those days, or the girl athletes in those days, and how important it is to see, I want to be like them. And that's a very good example of this program that you're doing, where you're actually, it's important to these young ladies that somebody's thinking about them, that somebody wants them to grow up and play volleyball for whoever it may be. But I think you bringing them in from the feeder schools and giving them an opportunity to see what they can aspire to is very important.
Yes, it's volleyball is more than just a game. It's about building relationships. It's about forming bonds. So this is a very good way for our feeder for our younger children to be able to know what it's like at high school volleyball.
So tell us a little bit about your program this year. I believe you're already in district.
Yes, sir. We are starting our second round on Friday. We have our next two games home. We play against South San again on Friday, and then on Tuesday we host MacArthur. And they're both top 4 teams that we're going to compete against. We're still looking for our first win. But our girls are putting in as much effort as possible, and we're trying our very best every single day in and out of practice and our games.
You mentioned we hear so often now the word culture come up, and I think it's so important nowadays that coaches like you understand that it's not just the athletic part of it. It's just not the volleyball. I think we're looking to create a family with these girls away from their family, and integrate them so that they become a family.
Yes, it's a very good bond that they form, and we have previous athletes that always email us or keep calling us, and they go visit us at out-of-town games, and they miss the whole bonding experiences that they've had in the volleyball programs. So it's always fun to hear.
So you said your next game is here?
Yes, sir. Here at the SAC.
At the
versus
when
Southside.
that is when
Round 2, Friday.
Friday. It's just Friday, and you start your round 2. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
We're really glad to have you here, and we wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach, congratulations on your program. Thank you for joining us today. Best of luck to you and your girls in the upcoming season. Now we'll come here to my left. We'll ask head coach Rene Ramirez to join us.
Welcome back, Mr. Valadez.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hear the ratings have been through the roof since I've been gone, and I think that's a credit to you, Morris. You've been holding down the ship. I think the viewership numbers are amazing.
Since
You didn't want me back. You didn't want me to come back just in case.
No, let me tell you this: since you missed, Eric and I made sure that we went against Missouri so that they could win.
That's twice. I'm keeping count. That's twice.
It was well. I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, you and Coach Bias, you would have been doing a heck of a job co-hosting here. I almost felt like there wasn't room for me to come back, but it's good to be back. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that, Coach. You're looking ahead. You've got Jay tomorrow. You're going to be up in San Antonio. I think you talked about it a little last week, but what your team showed in that first district game against Southwest Legacy, by all accounts, you talk to people, and it's really impressive. I mean, the kind of energy and no quit that team had. How do you build on that now moving forward for the rest of the season?
It was a positive impact on the kids, and it really started right after the game. They were talking amongst themselves, and all we did as coaches was feed off of that, and we just said we need to continue this not only throughout the weekend, but as we progress through our season. And no doubt they have done that. We had the bye week to do so, and they certainly turned it up another notch this week, as they all know what's at stake. And as far as being a normal week, where we're back to the regular routine as far as game week, things like that. So again, we're excited. They're excited. They're anxious to get back on the field in a competitive edge versus somebody else. A lot of them have this game circled on a schedule for various reasons. And the main one is last year, it was a 3-0 game at halftime here at home. And up until 9:54 in the fourth quarter, it was 10-0. And we had them by the ropes, and we had our opportunities. So again, this is a big incentive for them to come back out and show up tomorrow night. They're in San Antonio.
When you have a performance like the one you did against Legacy, you almost wish you could go right away,
Exactly.
right? The next week, you almost wish you could bottle that.
Yes, sir.
Now, the fact that you've got to wait 2 weeks, but have your kids been able to maintain that momentum, do you think, going out of town tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. And of course, it starts with myself, and then leading up to our coaches as well, reinforcing that throughout. Just keeping that hunger throughout. We're looking for our first win as well. What better opportunity to go in San Antonio and do so versus a top a top 12 team in 5A in San Antonio. There's 4 teams in the top 12 in big game coverage case at 12, and John Jay is one of them. So again, like we mentioned, we're excited and we're just anxious to get out there and execute at a high level.
All right, Coach, let's talk to offensive coordinator. Heriberto Royce here. We'll bring him in. And Coach, in terms of scheme, not just the energy that we talked about, that you had 2 weeks ago, but in terms of X's and O's scheme, what are you going to see when you face Jay tomorrow, and how do you overcome that? How do you beat that?
Well, like you said, Mr. Velez, we had a great 2 weeks. Obviously, John Jay's composed of, they have 4 seniors, 4 juniors, and 3 sophomores. Basically, it's a 4-4 look type deal. When you go heavy package formations, you're going to see that with a cover 3, and then especially if you start changing formations, light personnel, 10 personnel, they're going to spread out a little more, but still they're going to stay in their cover 3. So we have practice those looks, obviously, for our kids to kind of anticipate. And obviously, it's like anything else. They're gonna do something that they're probably expecting for us to do, and how they're gonna adjust. And obviously, we're doing things that we need to be able to adjust on the go, and don't wait for halftime to make adjustments that we need to do throughout the first half. And the kids are aware. The kids are excited. We had, like Coach Ramirez put us in a situation where we had multiple looks of different things, different scenarios, which helps the kids obviously to adjust, and making sure that we understand, 1st and 10, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 10, different looks defensively that for our kids, for our front can see and identify. So, and they've done a great job. The best thing is that we had some kids that needed time to heal. That we recover well, thanks to the bye week. But overall, we're expecting a very competitive game. We understand that, again, that John Jay is a very competitive team, well coached, but so are we. And we're gonna make sure that we understand that we just got to make sure that we take care of our end, make sure that we take care of the football, stay on the field offensively, and then our defense is gonna take care, and the special teams are gonna do their job. So we just got to make sure that we manage the different phases of the game throughout Friday night.
Offensively, Coach, when you look at tape, like the one you've got of your last game, what are you able to tell your players in terms of, I think you made a good point right now. There's kind of, two places where the learning happens, right? What we call the classroom, right? Film review, film study, and then on the field. What do you take from what you saw from 2 weeks ago, and what are you able to tell your offense? Look, this is where we're strong, and this is what's going to work.
And absolutely, the thing is that with the video, it's a lot of times, the game, realistically, sometimes for the most part, kids, they're playing and it's a fast pace. So once you see it on film, you're able to pinpoint situations. Yes, that was a great choice. That receiver was open for say, but look at something else that, especially for the coverage that we're gonna see, this looks like this. We're expecting that, so anticipate that being open or that not being a good choice, because it can be a good choice 2 weeks ago, and it might not be a good choice this coming week tomorrow. So, I mean, and the kids understand, and again, we see a lot of film, and it's for a purpose of understanding, even for the coaches to understand and realize, what are you having a script for the next day, and is it really going to benefit us and the kids and the coaches, or is it something that we need to trash and make sure that we move and clean it up for the next day?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yes,
Want to bring in Saul Salas, co-defensive coordinator, into the picture.
I have to add, I was expecting a new look. Coach Hoffman says you can look like him.
I tried.
That might be a look for the playoffs, Coach. Right? Coach, same question for you as we talked to Coach Royce in a minute. When you look at the tape from 2 weeks ago, you've had some time to study what your defense did well. How does that translate into what you're going to have to go do tomorrow?
Like we told Coach Ramos, he's one of our math teachers. It's a game of angles and making tackles. So we bring geometry into our defensive scheme. We need to take sometimes better angles. Just try to do our job, basically. Don't try to do more than what you have to. If we all do our job, we all have a certain assignment, I think our kids are going to be good. when we started doing that, our kids, we look like $1,000,000. When we try to do different things that we're not coached in practice, we don't look so good. And then I think our kids are picking up our scheme even better now. Like we said, we went back to our old roots. We went back to our old scheme, and something this week helped us out. I mean, Coach Ramirez came out with some good strategies to keep the kids engaged. We had a 6-7 practice that was on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday we had Money Wednesday. So I mean, just trying to keep our kids engaged and doing different things so we could bring the best out of them helps us out. And I think our kids are so motivated. They kind of looked at it. We went to we saw the game on Thursday when John Jay lost to Southwest Legacy. That was even a big old step for our kids, because we had our dinner there at the field house. The Booster Club, they made some spaghetti for the kids, and we got to see the film, and we got to watch the game. And I mean, the kids know that we could play against anybody in our district. I know our district is ground and pound. Here they come at you, and we need to be physical, because it's going to be a physical district, and we all know that.
I've got a teenager at home. She's tried to explain it to me a million times. I still don't know what 6-7 means. And so I'm glad you had a 6-7 practice, and I hope it went well, whatever that is.
So I asked my little boy, because I told him, how's practice? Because we told him we're going to have a 6-7 practice. So I forgot about it. I went home and I asked him. He asked me, hey, Dad, how's practice? It was real good. Our kids got after, so it was 6-7. I go, oh, okay. Yeah.
It just embarrasses them when you try to speak the way they do, so I just don't do it. Coach, in terms of what you're going to be looking at across the way, what kind of scheme, or who do you have to focus on that Jay's going to have tomorrow?
It's like every team we play, North Side team, they're going to come at you ground and pound. Here they come. Their quarterback is really good athlete. Their running back's a real good athlete. They have a good receiver. Then they have a good slot receiver. I mean, their offensive line is going to be big. I mean, everybody's going to be bigger than us. But I think the heart we're playing right now, and just the determination our kids are playing, I think we could play against anybody. Everybody's going to be bigger than us, but I think our heart is going to help us out a lot.
Well, best of luck to you tomorrow, Coach. We're going to
appreciate it. Well, welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to be back.
And nobody picked the Bears to beat the Cowboys. And everybody was laughing at me, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah, you had to get it out there, didn't you, Coach? Take your time. Hey, well, there's two guys in here who didn't pick Missouri too. I'm gonna keep reminding everybody of that. I'm gonna bring my 2 jerseys next time. Coach, Jay is kind of the outlier up in Northside, because they're kind of feel sometimes like they're on their own in this district. They don't get to be in district with the rest of those Northside schools where they are. I think that puts them in a mindset, maybe like Coach was talking, how that they thought maybe they could come in and be superior. Southwest Legacy proved that wrong. And what do you talk to your kids about that in terms of that?
We just tell them that they're just like us. They're football players. They put on their pants one leg at a time, and they're susceptible for mistakes. At the end of the day, it's who makes the least mistakes, most costly mistakes, and who can capitalize off of those. So again, as long as we control us and we don't feel intimidated by them, I think we're up for a good battle.
7 o'clock kickoff time
7:30.
tomorrow at 7:30
7:30.
at Gustafson.
Gustafson.
All right. Well, Coach, best of luck to you. We'll be updating everybody. Morris and I will be here doing the Eagles game, but we'll be updating everybody on the score. And thanks again for being here with us. And best of luck tomorrow to you and your boys.
Sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Morris. Well, hand it over to you now.
We're going to move over here to the Eagle Pass Eagles side. And, I'm actually a little embarrassed. I'm not real good at, Googling things, but I wanted to Google the 6-7 stuff. I thought it was something like 7-Up or something. So, but I'll follow up on it. Before we get going here, there's one other thing I'd like to do, and I think he disappeared on us. But for those of you know Salvatore Battaglia, better known as Sal, it's his birthday today. And he's very quiet about it. I wish he was around so we'd make him come sing or something. But we do want to wish Sal a very happy birthday. He's not double nickels yet, but he's double fours. Yeah. You got him a pass at where over at Peter Piper? kids are first, and not only that, I think you bought them a car seat, right? So they can strap them in. Now, happy birthday to Sal Battaglia. And Coach, looking back on, hey, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're not going to ask you to come speak because you start talking like when you were a little boy. Coach, getting into the Eagle Pass Eagles, not exactly the result that you wanted. I mean, that's obvious. And it was a momentum changing game. The game starts off and they go down the field and score like in 3 plays, I believe.
Yes.
And but then great adjustments made. You come back, the defense does a good job, and you put points on the board, and we go in at halftime 31-17. The
24-17.
24-17. I'm sorry. The second half, is not exactly what you were looking for, but I'm sure that you take things like that and you learn from them.
No, absolutely. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew we couldn't make mistakes, and unfortunately, we made 3 big mistakes in the game. We let them off on a 3rd and 18, 3rd and 17. They scored on that, and then we gave them another one on 4th and 15. They scored a touchdown, and then obviously the block punt was big, but. You kind of lose the momentum there. You're trying to get it back, and it's kind of tough against really good teams. You try to play really sound, and I think for the majority of the game, we were sound on both sides of the ball. We just made 3 big mistakes that led to us losing the game.
Usually games are not exactly lost on any specific play, but you just mentioned 3 big plays that actually put points on the board for them, and that of course swung the momentum over in that second half.
If either one doesn't work, we probably win by 10 or win by 1 actually. That you take 10 points off of them, but they all showed up on Saturday morning. It was a long trip back through a lot of traffic, and they all showed up ready to work, and they know that. We didn't get beat. We lost the game. We kind of gave the game away, and we got to be perfect. And we tell them, you play great teams. You can't make mistakes like that. Can't have mental letdowns, because that's basically what they were. Just one person or 2 persons not doing their job. But like you said, it's not one play that makes it. It was in this case it was 3. But we regrouped. We had a great week of practice. We're focused. Medina Valley's coming into town with they just put up 70 points this past week, and we needed to 24-hour rule, forget about it, move on, and just adjust and do the things that we need to do to play Eagle Pass football.
I like to think that you divide a season actually into 3 parts: the non-district part,
Yes, sir.
and then of course you get into district, then of course the playoffs. But this Medina Valley games is an important part of your season. It's your starting district.
Just like CC said earlier, this is the game that we circle on our calendar at the end of the year that we need to win, not only because they're a playoff contending team, but it's for ranking, for seeding purposes against who we may go against. If we, our job is to make the playoffs, that's our goal. And, us and Medina Valley being the 2 smallest teams in our district, it's for seeding.
Well, there you go. We're going to bring you back in a minute, but I'm going to bring in Coach Garcia here. And Coach, well, tell us, you're moving forward and you're looking to Medina Valley. What do you need to do?
We just need to continue to do what we've been doing, make the right calls, execute the call, execute the play, and just handle what we need to handle. They're going to be big. They look like a San Antonio school. They're big, they're fast, they're athletic. They are young. They do have a lot of young guys, but a lot of guys transferred in, so they do have some experience, but they play well, they play hard, they're well coached, and we just need to handle ours.
You have to be happy about the evolution of your players. Some of them now coming to the forefront and diversifying much more, more players having a role.
Yes, sir. And I think that also comes with it being year 2 under with the new regime, right? The new coaches. Even though a lot of us were already here, it's still new stuff that they have to adjust to. And I think with the off season we had, the summer we had, I think these guys are just understanding us more, what's expected, what we want, and what's the standard that we're holding them to. And it's really great to see it come out on Friday night. But I mean, it starts from Monday, and all the game plan going in. And these kids, I love the look. One of the things that we changed is I'm not in the box anymore. I'm on the field with them, and I just love the look and the grit, the determination that they have, and it shows.
One of the things is as your quarterback develops is handling pressure, and when they're bringing it. And I think we saw a lot of that with Javi Barrera.
Yes, sir.
There was a lot of blitzing. He became more mobile, and I think he did a good job at that.
Oh, yes, sir. He's having an incredible season so far, an incredible senior year, but that goes back with his hard work. I mean, he's one of our captains. He does everything right. He's doing so many great things, and I always try to tell people, my respect to the quarterbacks on any high school team. I think they have the hardest job of anybody on the field. That goes for coaches and everybody. They have the hardest job, and everybody thinks they can do that job, and he's developed. I know we went through some tough times, but those tough times prepare you for when it's time to go, and he's doing an awesome job. And what I like about him is that he's staying working, he's ready to go, and he's leading the team.
With quarterbacks, besides the physical part of playing quarterback, is the mental part, right?
And I try to tell him
It's like a second coach on the field.
Yes, sir. And I tell him it's like being a pitcher. You got to throw the next ball. You got to keep going, short-term memory, and he's got to lead everybody else, make sure everybody's doing their part. So he's an awesome person to coach, and we have a lot of kids like that. Also, all our captains are like that. So we've been very blessed, and those are the guys that you want to coach.
What is the Medina Valley defense going to throw against you?
They're going to be physical. They're going to be sound, and when they start feeling they're in trouble, they're going to bring pressure. So we've seen a lot of pressure the last 2 weeks. So I think we're prepared, and our boys just got to make the plays.
Well, there you have it from the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to bring in Coach Ricky Ruiz. And Coach, I think both teams went in at halftime, past game, and made adjustments. So, tell us, you're moving forward. Tell us, what does your defense have to do against Medina Valley?
We can't give up big plays. You got to be disciplined. They run a triple option. They got dive, keep, pitch. So they got a quarterback, number 17, Gonzalez. It's real good. Sendejas, a fullback, is real good. And then the pitch man, Lang, he does the pitching real good. He carries out. So every plays, there's motion. They got eye candy, whatever it is. And they run that dive, keep, pitch to the max. They're not going to change. They didn't change against Bernie. They're going to change.
You feel that they're mostly going to run the ball or throw the ball? What's the percentage?
90% running. They're going to run the ball. They won't throw the ball if they're behind, but we're gonna be ready for the run. We're going to stop the run.
You're just coming from playing a very physical team. I mean that's, you're going to see that as you in this district anyway. But your defense in good shape. I mean,
We're healthy.
physically healthy.
Everybody's back. Against New Braunfels, we don't want to make excuses. We didn't have to. Our linebackers weren't there, but we got everybody.
We noticed one
Yes.
that we noticed that he wasn't in, and we were wondering where he was at, and they informed us that he was out for,
They're back.
they're both back. So,
So we're healthy. We got to be disciplined. We got to clean up our mistakes and not give up big plays. That's going to be our key.
well, Coach,
Let the offense get on the field. Get 3 and out and let the offense roll. Yes, sir.
well, there you go. We're going to bring it back to Coach Olivas, Roger to me.
Yes.
Coach, some final words before we go on to our predictions.
First and foremost, we do have a 7 o'clock kickoff. I want to wish the Mavericks best of luck in their journey to San Antonio. That's a big game for them, and we're confident that they're going to do well. And we just want to invite our fans to come out and come early, be loud, wear orange, and have our backs like you have all year.
Well, there you have
I
it.
want to wish our freshmen and JV teams a good luck. They're going to Medina Valley today.
Well, there you have it from the Eagle Pass Eagles, and we're ready for our predictions.
And Morris, I noticed an absence on the predictions this week. It's a certain university from Middle America that's not on the list today. That's fine. That's fine. We don't always have to be on there. I know A&M is on there though, but
Coach Villaseñor and I were getting so close to having to wear those ugly yellow jerseys that we decided to take it out. Hey, but last week, for all of us that had our complete trust in the Texans and in Brennan, boy, that didn't work out very well. And we had other ones that I don't know how Coach Ramirez did this with Sinton, but you must have some contact. But Gregory Portland bit the dust there. So anyway, 5-5 for Coach Eric. Gosh, I don't know how I went 5-5. Coach Garcia let me down. Coach Roger 4-6. Ruben 5-5, and some way Coach Ramirez 6-4 and still leading the pack. So basically, I'm.
What's the pancake tracker here?
Well, I think it's still Ruben. We're going to get some double long stacks.
I need to hope for a good bonus at the end of the year. The way things are going.
Anyway, Coach Ramirez is still ahead, 27-13. Close behind, I'm at 24-16. Rogers at 23-17. Coach Eric and Coach Ruben fighting it out. Eric's 22-18 and Ruben's 21-19. Here we go today. We're going to let Coach Ramirez, our leader, do some, if I can find a pen here to write this down with, that might be difficult. Somebody in the bunch has got to have a pen. I knew Ricky had a pen. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. I'm kind of surprised this thing's not orange or white or something here. Bernie at Alamo Heights. Rene. Alamo Heights. And Ruben.
Alamo Heights.
Alamo Heights. Roger.
I'm going to take Alamo Heights.
Alamo Heights. I've gone and asked for help. Every once in a while in this town, the Eagle Pass Sports Czar comes out of hiding. So I've asked for help, and I'm asking help from Coach Garcia. I'm going to take Bernie. And Coach Eric.
Alamo Heights.
Alamo Heights. Maybe I don't know anything about Alamo Heights. Shirts and steel, Rene. Steel. Ruben.
Steel.
Roger. Steel. The old SAR said take steel. We're going to take steel. And Eric?
Steel.
Whose game was this? Odom and Hebronsville.
That was mine.
I have a hard time knowing.
Coach Cano coaches at Odom.
Okay. Coach Ramirez? Odom. And Ruben?
Hebronville.
Roger?
Odom.
I'll take Odom and Eric.
Odom.
Edinburgh, Vela, and McAllen. Rene. Okay, and Ruben.
Edinburgh Vela.
Roger.
Vela.
Man, this is going to be one of the ones where you guys know something. I'll take Edinburgh Vela and Eric.
Edinburgh Vela.
We get into the college ranks. There's some pretty decent college games this week, I think. Penn State at Oregon, Rene. Oh, wow. They're the Ducks, right? And Ruben.
It's a whiteout there at Penn State, but I'm going to go with Oregon also.
And Roger.
I'm going to take Penn State.
Penn State. The SAR told me to take Penn State. And Eric.
Penn State.
Auburn and A&M. I mean, gosh, I don't know. Rene. A&M. Ruben.
Well, as long as A&M keeps all its receivers on the field and doesn't have any trickeration like Oklahoma did, I'll go with A&M.
Okay. Roger.
A&M.
A&M. And I'm taking A&M and Eric.
A&M.
A&M. How about Alabama and Georgia, Coach Ramirez? Georgia and Ruben.
I'm gonna go with Georgia there too.
Georgia.
I'll go with
Roger.
Georgia.
You're going to go with Georgia? I'm going to go with Georgia. Eric.
I'm gonna go Alabama
Oh,
to make up some ground. Hopefully,
here you go. In the pros, Eagles and Buccaneers. Rene. Eagles. Ruben.
I'll take the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Roger.
Eagles.
Eagles. Coach Garcia. Buccaneers. That's we're going to take the Buccaneers there. Eric.
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. The Vikings and the Steelers, you know, Aaron Rodgers, I think, has found a fountain of youth or something, or finally found somebody that can block for him and keep him from being run down all the time. Coach Ramirez? Steelers. Ruben?
I'll go with the Vikings there.
Vikings. Roger?
Steelers.
Steelers. I'll take the Steelers. Eric?
Steelers.
And here's the good one. Nobody took the Bears last week. I thought about it, but had I gone with the Bears, I'd be eating sandwiches for 2 weeks. So, Coach Ramirez? Packers. Ruben?
I'll go with the Cowboys there.
Wow. Roger?
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
The Packers? I am a Green Bay Packer fan, so I'm going to take the Packers. Eric?
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Cowboys. Well, there you have it. Ruben, take us home.
I want to thank you so much for joining us again on the Prediction Show. We want to remind you that we will be live tomorrow from here, Kojo Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, as Medina Valley comes in and faces the Eagles, and we'll have score updates for you from the Mavericks game up in San Antonio. For Morris Lipson Jr., my name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.